Question number 5 of the section A. This question has a maximum mark of the 5 points. Okay, so we have information. So a particle moves along a straight line. Its displacement as meters from a fixed point O after time t seconds is given by the function s, where t value is between 0 and 10. The particle first comes to rest after q second. So question A, we need to find the value of the q. So when you look at this question, it talks about displacement. That means this is a topic 5 kinematics question. So for the question A, we know that for y-axis, we are talking about the displacement. For x-axis, we are talking about the time. And since we need to find the value of the q, which is the x value, we have to differentiate the function s. So we know that when at rest, the differentiate value of the function s is equal to 0, right? So that means we need to differentiate our function s of t in terms of the t to find our q value. Okay, and since this is paper 2 question, we can use GDC. Okay, so here I have my GDC opened up, and I'm going to substitute this function into the differentiation. Okay, so we're going to go mathematics first, and you're going to identify the n derived, which is the 8. Okay, and you're going to substitute your function, which is 4.3 times sine square root 3t, but I'm not going to use t, I'm going to use x instead of t. So 3x plus 5, and I'm going to close the bracket, and for the x value, I'm going to put x, and I'm going to hit enter and grab it. Okay. Let's try to adjust the window a little bit because we don't need all these values. So I'm just going to use 3 instead of the negative 3 instead of negative 5 for x minimum. For the y minimum, I'm going to also use negative 3 just for the better view. Then you can see that we meet x-axis at this point over here, but let's try to find the exact point by using the function calc on your calculator, and I'm going to find the 0. Okay, so let's try to identify the left bound first, after that right bound. Then you can see that our x value is equal to 5.7354 when y value is equal to 0. Then we can say that since x is same as q value is equal to 5.7354 or is 5.74 with the 3 suffix. Then let's try the question B. We need to find the total distance that the particle travels in the first q second. So that means, since we know that q value is equals to 5.74 or 5.7354, we are going to use this value to find the total distance. Okay, so the particle has traveled from 0 to 5.74, right, in terms of time. So we can do integration. This is definite integration question, so we can do definite integration using 0 to q as our value, or since we know the q value, we can set it up as 0 to 5.7354 with the function s. Okay, then we can either set it up as with the absolute value 73553 minus s of t to the power of 0, and sort for the each value and then use absolute to find the total value, right? So when we calculate each term, we get negative 4.299 for the first term, 3.38 for the second term. Then we get negative 7.68302. However, since we are using absolute, the final answer is 7.68302, or using the three-suffix rule, we get 7.68 as our final answer. Okay, so let's try question number 6. This question has a maximum number of 5 marks. So this table here shows the probability distribution of a discrete random variable x, where a and k is all real values, positive all real values, right? So positive distribution means this is a statistic, which means topic 4 of your curriculum. So the given information here is the expected value. So we know that we can calculate the expected value by multiplying the x with its probability and adding all of them together, right? So it means we do 1 times k plus 2 times k squared plus 3 times a plus 4 times k cubed is equal to 2.3. And our task here with this question is the finding value of the a, which means this one here. Okay, since we have to find the one unknown value, we have to set another equation. Okay, so when you look at the probability, we do know that when we add all these probabilities together, it will always equal to each one, right? That means we can set another equation, which means k plus k squared plus a plus k cubed is equal to 1. Okay, then let's try to substitute this equation number 2. I'm going to set this one as equation 2 and this one is equation 1. So let's try to substitute equation 2 into the equation 1. Then we get first, for equation 2 is also same as a equals 1 minus k squared minus k cubed. So this is equals to k plus 2k squared plus 3 times. I'm going to substitute this in the place of the a. So 1 minus k squared minus k cubed plus 4k cubed equals 2.3. Then when you simplify everything on the left hand side, you actually ends up getting k plus 2k squared plus 3 minus 3k squared minus 3k cubed plus 4k cubed equals 2.3. Then this is same as minus 2k minus k squared plus k cubed equals negative 0.7. And now if we solve k value, we can identify the a value, right? Then let's use GDC to find this unknown k value. Okay, because this is paper 2, we can definitely use our GDC. So using GDC, I'm going to substitute the left hand side of the equation into y3 minus 2x. I'm using x instead of k. So x squared plus x cubed. And the second line, I had negative 0.7. Then hit graph. So let's try to find the first intersection point. We're going to go 5 here, and then let's set left bound, and then right bound. Then we found our intersection point. K value is equal to 0.31587. And you guys must be wondering why I'm not finding second intersection point. We do know that this k value is actually a probability, right? That means it needs to be less than 1. But when you look at this second intersection point here, you can see that it's already greater than 1. So it means the second intersection point is not true for this case. So now we have found the k value. Then let's try to find the a value that this question has asked. Okay, so we do know that the a is equal to 1 minus k minus k squared minus k cubed, right? So using this equation, we're going to do a equals 1 minus 0.3158 minus 0.3158 squared minus 0.3158 cube. Then you get the a value equals to 0.5528. And since we have to present our answer using specific, our a value is equals to 0.553.